Hello and welcome to Old Guy Walkthroughs. I'm Waldorf Salad and I'm going to be walking through Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin. So I should let you know a few things before we start. I'm not a brilliant gamer. I don't parry that will. I'm not amazingly incredibly experienced with this kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is just take you through all the bits and bobs and show you all the tricks and things of that nature. But I wanted to show you just the very start of this thing, which is from Bandai Namco. Fantastic game, you may have played it. 3's coming out next year. Bloodborne's out already. But I wanted to go through and have a look at the illusions in this. And this is where we start, okay? And I don't want to show too much of that stuff because I want to make sure that we kind of get through to where we need to be. But you can see that there's a real connection here between this and Dante's Inferno. And I don't know if, I'll just sort of be tracking a lot through the allusions in this thing and tracking through the allusions to literature. But you can see here that Dante's 14th century poem starts like this. In the midway of this mortal life, I found me in a gloomy wood astray, gone from the path direct and e'en to kill. So we start this game like the sinner in Dante's famous poem. Now this is us. So what I'm going to try and do is connect between illusions, literary illusions, and the mechanics of this thing. So we start like this. This is us. We're nothing yet. We're a hollow. And I'm using a PS4, so the right 1 button is a punch. The right 2 button, so I'll do it from the front so you can see. That's R1. R2 is a bigger, heavier one. That's L1 and L2, a block. If you press the triangle, it gives you a chance to do an even harder punch. That's the R1 and that's the R2. So the circle is roll, and if you hold it, it's run, and if you hold and then press the joysticks down, you can do a jump roll like that. So we start off here, there's a little pathway there and a building there. Now I want to again just quickly go back to Dante for a second here and just to let you know where I think this stuff has come from. He goes on to say, sort of lines 4 or 5, how savage wild that forest, how robust and rough its growth, which to remember my dismay renews in bitterness not far from death, yet to discourse of what that their good befell, all else I will relate discovered there. So in Dante's famous poem, we've got a sinner who goes down to various hills. Round to your left, we're going to pick this up. It's a small, smooth and silky stone. Lots of sounds. We're going to use that later on. Okay, let's have a little look here. We've got ourselves a giant tree and a rent or a crack up there. This is where we've come from. A series of pillars and what looks like an altar. An important altar. And if we have a look there, we're going to start to see shades of the Roman around it. You know, you can hear thuds in the background. All right, we're off and running, literally. Come through here, cross this little bridge. Death lurks at every turn. If you jump down there, you die. If you go through there at the moment and fight the guy in there, you die. We are going to be looking at building a dark melee character because I think they're lots of fun. And to do that, we're going to start by coming in here. A house in a tree. 3 wise women. And they're sitting around what seems to be the ruckus. We're going to be the ruckus. Now, with a lot of the dialogue in this, I'm going to let you read it and I'm going to talk over it. So this game is called Scholar of the First Sin, and we need to ask ourselves, or at least we need to have a good idea as to what sin is. And it's not an interesting idea. It's not. Sorry, it's not an obvious idea. Most religious cultures have ideas of sin, and at a basic level, sin usually means pissing off God, going against some sort of divine idea, some sort of divine control, and choosing to go against it yourself. I'm sick of hearing those old ladies talk, so you can hear it yourself. Okay, we're going to build our character now. Waldorf salad. I know my own name, yes.
At least you know.
Well, now that's a little harsh.
Name.
Come on now, you're not being particularly nice.
Here's your reward.
We've been given an effigy. Now, an effigy, and we're going to be doing an awful lot of checking out the online etymology dictionary. But
Take a closer look.
Wikipedia and
Who do you think it's supposed to be?
Wikipedia, of course, is very helpful. At least I think it is. And it tells us that we're looking at a representation of a person. So it's not a person, it's an avatar of a person. And this one's an effigy of me. These likenesses, however, are more than just... Alright, I will just quickly... We're going to choose... No, I won't quickly. Let's have a look through this slowly. We have our options here, and I'll come back to an effigy in a minute. We can be a warrior, battle-scarred warrior, high strength, dexterity, skilled with weapons. I'll explain what those mean in a minute. Your warrior is your average sword and board kind of creature. A knight, high hit points and adaptability. Tough to take down. And you can see with the knight that the intelligence is very low, which is no good for us. Swordsman, dual wielder. You can see he's got two swords that he's going to go with. A finely skilled swordsman fights gracefully with strong weapons in both hands. The bandit, axe-wielding homicidal maniac with a spiky helmet. We like that. We might be going a little bit down that path. High dexterity, skill with a bow, fights well at various ranges, but you can see, and this is no good for us at all,